Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will give you an overview of deep learning. We will also see the relationship between AI, machine learning and deep learning. I also will be talking about a special class of deep learning tool which is called as convolutional neural network later in this video. Convolutional neural network is widely used for image classification tasks because of its high accuracy. This slide shows some of the commonly used definitions for artificial intelligence. As you can see here, the purpose of artificial intelligence is to make the machine intelligent so that machine can think like human beings. It can take decisions just like human beings, and it can learn the features of an object, and it can classify the object based on the features. So these are some of the definitions. Artificial intelligence is not a specific tool. It doesn't say that, so this is the specific tool to be used. If 10 companies are working on AI, they may be using different tools to make their machines intelligent. In this slide, I also have shown a paper which was published during 1950. And so that also talks about computing, machinery, and intelligence. That means artificial intelligence concept was there during 1950, but it has become popular during the last few years. Though AI is not a very new concept, it has become popular during last few years because of the several reasons. The first thing is AI demands a lot of computing power, lots of data for training, especially when you talk about machine learning. So now we have systems with higher speed. We have better algorithms. All the big companies, universities, they have a dedicated AI team. So we also have a GPU and cloud-based tensor processing unit. For example, we talk about Amazon, we talk about Google. Google has a cloud vision. So because of this, AI has become very, very popular. So this slide shows how big companies like Google, Facebook, how they use AI for their products to increase the customer experience. Facebook uses several tools for several products. So one of them may be a face tagging, where the facial image in a digital image will be tagged automatically. So it uses a tool called Deep Face, and similarly, it also has a deep text to understand the context of a text. And similarly, YouTube also uses AI for its product to remove objectionable content. Google uses several tools for several products, maybe for email filtering or for search engine. And Amazon also uses AI to increase the speed of delivery and to increase the quality of the products and to make the products available at a specific region at right time. And Netflix also uses AI for movie personalization. Similarly, Twitter and other companies, they also use AI for their products. So they may be using different tools, depends on the object on which they are working on. This slide shows the relationship between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So it shows that machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, and similarly, deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So if I'm working on deep learning, that means I'm working on AI as well. And if I'm working on deep learning, I can say that I'm also working on machine learning. That means when you say the tool which is used for AI, it may be the combination of machine learning tools and maybe other tools. There are even other tools which do not come under machine learning. So they also will be part of artificial intelligence. Similarly, there may be few tools which do not come under deep learning, but they may come under machine learning. So this is the relationship between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So here, just for reference, I have shown a few tools which are, so AI tools. If you, AI is a broader category and you have subcategories here. Machine learning is one of the category, and then you have other methods, other approaches, Bayesian methods, hidden Markov models, support vector machines. So these are all other approaches that you have, but they do not belong to machine learning subset. So to make a tool, come under machine learning, the machines are being trained to recognize objects. So training is the main thing. That means machine has to learn about the object, and that is possible with training. So machine learning, again, if you look at the categories, you have a deep learning, and then other than deep learning, you also have some approaches. So we're talking about deep learning. We use artificial neural networks. That means if artificial neural network is being used to train a machine, then we can call it as deep learning. So deep indicates that the number of layers in the artificial neural network are deeper. That means you have many layers. So that's the reason. So deep learning means the deep neural network is used for training the data. So there are different AI approaches that we have seen in the last few slides. So the question comes, which AI approach should I use for given task? If the task is image classification or recognition, so then the study shows that the deep learning is the best approach. And even Facebook uses deep face tool for facial tagging. So similarly, natural language processing is used for virtual assistant or to understand the information hidden in the text. Okay, so in that case, the natural language processing is the right approach to be used. We saw that deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and deep learning uses artificial neural networks. So if you look at different types of artificial neural networks that are available, so we can categorize into various categories. So one of them is convolutional neural networks. So if the given task is image recognition or classification, then CNN or convolutional neural network is the right tool to be used. That means if I am working on CNN, I can say that I'm working on deep learning. In turn, I'm working on machine learning, or I'm working on AI. But ultimately, I'm working on convolutional neural network. So I'll be focusing on image classification because my area is image processing. So tool which I will explain you maybe in next slides or maybe in the next video. So I will explain you how you can really use this tool for your application. So I'll be using convolutional neural networks, but there are other neural networks are also available like modular neural network, recurrent neural network, etc. This slide shows the basic structure of convolutional neural network. As we know that convolutional neural network performs very well for image classification or recognition task. So this is the basic structure. So input will be an image and output will be a label or the name of the object that you have. So if you want to build convolutional neural network for classifying, let us say, cat versus dog, in that case, you will have two types of input images, images of cat, images of dog, and two output labels will be there. The first label is dog or second label is cat. So this basic architecture, if you see, it has several layers. We call them as layers. And one of the important layer is called as a convolutional layer. So convolutional neural network will have convolutional layers. It can have multiple convolutional layers. Convolution is a signal processing algorithm which is used for two-dimensional, three-dimensional signals, one-dimensional signal also, and it performs very well for image classification, image processing task. So these layers, convolutional layers, they will have some coefficients which are to be computed during training process. So training takes more time as so all the parameters or all the coefficients have to be computed. They have to be optimized so that I will get the correct label for a given image. So if you look at convolutional neural network, the three layers that we come across, convolutional layer is one, which will have some parameters, which will have some weights or coefficients to be computed during training. Pooling layer to optimize the dimension. As you can see that the dimension will be reduced by pooling. And similarly, you have a fully connected layers again. So they will have a large number of parameters which are to be computed during the training process. So training plays an important role. How well you're training, the accuracy depends on this. And main purpose of this convolution layer is to extract the feature of an image. So features like edges, ridges, corners, shape, texture, etc. So that will be extracted during the convolution, during the training process. And fully connected layer that comes in the last part, which you call it as a classification part. And how many outputs it can have depends on our application. For example, if I want to classify just between cat or dog, then output will have only two labels. And so that's the thing. So convolutional layer and fully connected layer, these two layers will have parameters which are to be computed during the training process. So if you just observe this basic structure, it will have two parts. One is the feature extraction part, and then there's a classification part. Feature extraction part mainly to extract the important features of an image, and the classification part will give you a specific output for a given image. In the next video, I will introduce you to pre-trained CNN models, AI frameworks, and the necessary steps involved in retraining pre-trained CNN models. Thank you.